Hi, our project is a marketplace website where Drexel students can buy and sell items such as microwaves, textbooks, and other dorm stuffs at affordable prices. This will make the transition into college a lot more simpler for freshmen and also help upperclassmen to get rid of the items that they no longer be using. And our product is called Drexel. It is for Drexel students only, and it is a marketplace where you are able to put your items on sale and buy items from other students on campus. And why? It is because it is simple, easy, and cheap, and it is community focused. So my name is Anushka. I am the product owner, and I'm a computer science major, and I work as a front-end developer for this project.
I'm Jessica. I've been primarily working on the back end as a front-end developer, and I'm a computer science major.
I'm Kate. I'm one of the developers. I'm a computer science major, and I work primarily with the front end.
Hi, my name is Sharon Yo, and I'm a developer. I work as a developer, and my major is cybersecurity technology.
Now let's proceed to the product demo. So this is our web page. This is the home page of our website. And as you can see, there are two buttons. If you click on the buyers button, it will direct you to this web page where you will find all the items that are on sale. So you could also search an item here and then, for example, if you want a microwave, you could just type microwave and then get the options that are available. Otherwise, you could just go through all the available items. For instance, if you want to buy a lamp, you'll see there'll be the description and then there'll be a contact information of the seller. So you just have to click on it. And this will direct you to the email so that you could contact the seller directly. And if ever you want to contact us, you could also click here. And this will bring you to this form where you have to input your information. For example, I'm going to put my information. And then it is also important to use your Drexel email all the time when you're using this website. And then the message, for example, the seller didn't contact me. And then you could submit it. You will get this pop-up menu that tells you that you have your message has been sent, and we will contact you as soon as we can. So you could click on the logo to go back to the home page, and if you're a seller, you should click on the seller's button, and this will direct you to this web page where you will be able to upload an item, and you have to input your name. So I will give a brief demo. The last name, the Drexel email, for example, a fridge, and the price, let's say it's $40, and the description. You have to be very specific, but I'll just go briefly. Then you could also select a picture of the item that you're selling, and then you could submit it, and you'll again get a pop-up menu that tells you that your item has been submitted, and then you will find your item here on the on the item webpage. Sorry. So yeah, this was basically our web page. Okay, so
primarily we use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we hosted and database through Firebase. And then so here you can see all the new information that Anushka just put onto our website.
Okay. So I worked on the buyers page. I mostly work on the front end, which is setting up the background or the color, the sizing of the different features that I use, like the buttons and all. And I connected this web page to the style.css file. So here you would see that I set the specification for the different features that I've used on the web page, the buyer's web page. So yeah, and as you can see, I mostly use HTML, CSS, and a bit of JavaScript to make up these two web pages.
I worked as a sign-in page, and then I have the borders, the background, and also I have like the username and password, the buttons for that. And if you scroll down, there's like a link that has like a Drexel slogan, and those are the two links for the background picture.
So I worked in the HTML for the data info and privacy page, just letting our users know what we're doing with their information. It's just basically HTML. I also worked on the HTML and front end of the home page, basically the basic design and look of the website. And I also coded the JavaScript form for the users to input their items to send the information to the database.
And I primarily worked on the JavaScript backend to send the information from the form to our Firebase database. So here you're initializing Firebase so we can use it, and you're creating a reference to the database named items. And then here is our form submit function. So essentially it will use jQuery to get all the information from each different form field, set them as variables, and then it will call the send message function, which is defined below, sending in all this new information and pushing it to the database. And then once it's pushed through, it will clear all the form files so it looks blank, and then it will send a confirmation pop-up just to for the user to know that their item has been submitted, and then it will redirect the user's window to the buyers.html page so that they could see exactly what they had put on. And then here is our send message, which function. Essentially it will set every database field in the database to the new information, so just updating it and adding it. And then in order to display it as we have it on our buyers page, we again have a separate JavaScript file where again we're initializing Firebase so that we can create a reference towards the items database here, and then we are going through every single information that we have in the database, and then we are sending it out using jQuery and Java and HTML files. This HTML code will then be sent to the buyer's page so that we can show all this information.
So I learned the basic React.js when I was researching on the different frameworks that could be used for this web page. I also became a little bit more familiar with HTML and CSS than I used to before, and also a little bit of JavaScript. I have never used it before, so it was a great platform to learn it. And I also improved my team building skills while working on this project.
And I did most of the databasing and hosting features of Firebase, so I learned a lot about Firebase. And also because Firebase needed JavaScript, I also learned a lot of the basics of JavaScript. Additionally, I learned how to ask for help and knowing when to stop and just starting from scratch, which was what we had to do a lot when we were initially starting with the databasing.
So I became much more comfortable and familiar with HTML and CSS. I know the basics coming into this course, but I definitely was able to expand on that throughout this project. I also learned more JavaScript. Again, I'd known the basics of JavaScript, but I was able to definitely connect that with the knowledge to create a website using JavaScript. And then because of time zones and just the distance between all of us, we all learned how to do communication between us and just how to be more flexible with all of our different schedules.
I definitely gained knowledge about how to work in task-oriented groups, and I also developed an individual sense of obligation and responsibility in contributing to overall team efforts, and I definitely became familiar with HTML and CSS as well as the GitLab.
So in the future, if we were going to continue working on this project, we would add authentication, so only Drexel students can use the website to buy and sell their products. We want to add a chatting and a messaging feature so that all communication between the buyers and the sellers can occur on the website instead of through a third party, whether it be email or texting. And we would also like to start with an online payment option so that, again, transactions can be made primarily on the website instead of using a third-party source.
And lastly, we would like to thank Gabby, Nathaniel, and all the other professors of CI 101, 102, 103 for the help and support through this entire process. And if you have any questions, you can contact us. And thank you for viewing our presentation.